going on, guys? BTS here with another episode of Best Classes, a series in which I go over a certain gun and a class that I personally think works best with that gun. And today we have the Diamond MP7, and this MP7 is nowhere near as good as it was in Modern Warfare 3. In MW3, the MP7 was an absolute monster, probably one of the more OP guns, but still, everybody used it because of how good it was. It had next to no recoil, and in Black Ops 2, that is not the case at all. This thing has a shit ton of recoil, and I really dislike this gun. I don't know why. I see other people using it, and they do really well with it. They're successful, they win games, they get really high kill deaths, but when I use it, I feel handicapped. I feel like I can't do anything, like I can barely get a kill. I struggle to get the gameplay that you're watching right now with this gun. I'm really bad with the MP7, and I don't know why, but with the class that I'm using in this gameplay, it managed to work out relatively well, and I may try it some other time when I get bored, but I probably won't. No, I really won't. I hate this gun. But anyways, let's go on to the attachments that I'm using. I have grip, stock, and silencer. And I know a lot of you are gonna say, "Oh, grip does nothing." All I know is that when I put a grip on a gun, I do better with it, and I can aim a lot better. I don't know if it's, in my head. I think I can aim better, but all I know is I do better when I use the grip, so that settles that. Next up, I have stock, because I love to strafe, and strafing is pretty awesome, and it really helps, especially when you're using a gun that you really dislike. And finally, I have silencer, not to stay off the map, but to get rid of the muzzle flash, actually. That tends to throw me off quite a bit when I use the MP7. It doesn't have too high of a fire rate, but it has a decently high enough fire rate to the point where there's a lot of muzzle flash when you shoot. So I find that the silencer really does help a lot just to remove the muzzle flash, like I said. But of course, you can stay off the radar as well. Moving on to perks, hardline and ghost. Of course, that is my normal setup. Hardline to get them UAVs and them counter UAVs and the VSATs. Anything to give me an edge when using this gun, because I hate the MP7. That's all I'm going to talk about in this video, is how much I dislike this gun. I wish they would just bring back the MP7 from MW3, but then again, everybody would use it, and it'd be just as overpowered, so I guess it's a good thing that they didn't. Moving on to my next perk, I have toughness. You really need toughness with this gun. Usually I say, oh, switch out toughness for like scavenger, but no, use toughness with this gun. You need it. It's an absolute. And then finally, dexterity, so then you can hip fire like a motherfucker, because the hip fire on this gun is probably your #1 way to get kills, because it has a shit ton of recoil. Even with the grip, I find that it still has a lot of recoil, and it's really hard to use. But you guys wanted to see the MP7 on best classes, so there you go. Go into free-for-all, play three to 5 games, use the class. Let me know how well you can do, and if the MP7 works well for you, if you can do well with it, and if there's something that I'm not doing that would help me do better with the MP7, because I do horrible with it. Any tips will help. And if you have a certain gun that you want to see me do a video on, go ahead, leave it in the comments below, and I'll get to it as soon as I can. A like will be very much appreciated. I'm BTS, and until next time, stay creative, guys.